In the heart of Central America, a region known for its rich history and vibrant culture, a new kind of leader has emerged, one who defies traditional political norms and expectations. Nayib Bukele, the young and charismatic president of El Salvador, has taken the world by storm with his unconventional approach to governance. He is a man of contradictions, a self-proclaimed dictator with sky-high approval ratings, a populist who uses modern technology to his advantage. Bukele is a master of social media, using it to bypass traditional media and connect directly with his people, often tweeting policy decisions and updates in real time. He is a disruptor, challenging the status quo and upending decades of political norms, often sparking both admiration and controversy. Bukele's presidency has been anything but ordinary, marked by bold moves and sweeping changes. He has implemented radical policies, some lauded as innovative, others condemned as authoritarian, creating a polarized atmosphere. He has waged a brutal war on gangs, resulting in a dramatic drop in crime, but raising serious human rights concerns and international scrutiny. He has made El Salvador the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, a move that has drawn both praise for its innovation and skepticism for its risks. Love him or hate him, there is no denying that Nayib Bukele is a force to be reckoned with, a leader who commands attention on the global stage. He is a symbol of hope for a nation plagued by violence and poverty, but also a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and populist rhetoric. His story is a fascinating study in leadership, populism, and the challenges of governing in the 21st century, offering lessons for politicians and citizens alike. Bukele's presidency is a microcosm of the political and economic forces shaping our world today, reflecting broader trends and tensions. His story is a reminder that the old rules no longer apply, and that the future belongs to those who are willing to break the mold and forge new paths. Nayib Armando Bukele Ortez was born into a family of privilege in San Salvador, El Salvador, in 1981. His father, Armando Bukele Catan, was a successful businessman of Palestinian descent. His mother, Olga Ortez de Bukele, was a devout Catholic of Spanish ancestry. Bukele grew up in a household where business and politics were frequently discussed. He was exposed to different cultures and perspectives from a young age. Bukele's entrepreneurial spirit was evident early on. At the age of 18, he started his first company, a motorcycle dealership. He later founded a successful advertising agency. Bukele's business acumen and marketing skills would serve him well in his political career. Bukele's entry into politics was unexpected. He had no prior experience in government and was not affiliated with any political party. However, he was deeply troubled by the poverty and violence that plagued his country. Bukele believed that he could make a difference. In 2012, at the age of 31, Bukele ran for mayor of Nuevo Cuscatlán, a small town on the outskirts of San Salvador. He campaigned on a platform of change, promising to improve public services and create jobs. To the surprise of many, he won by a landslide. Bukele's victory in Nuevo Cuscatlán was just the beginning of his political journey. In 2015, he set his sights on a bigger prize, the mayoralty of San Salvador, the capital city, a place with its own set of challenges and opportunities. This time, he ran as a member of the Farabundo Martí National Liberation Front, a left-wing party that had emerged from the ashes of El Salvador's civil war, promising a new era of leadership. Bukele's charisma and common touch resonated with voters, particularly young people who were tired of the corruption and inefficiency of the traditional political establishment. His ability to connect with the youth was unparalleled. He promised to modernize the city, clean up its streets, and make it safer for all its residents. His vision included better infrastructure, more green spaces, and a focus on public safety. Bukele's tenure as mayor of San Salvador was marked by both successes and controversies. While he achieved significant progress, his methods and decisions often sparked debate. He undertook ambitious infrastructure projects, revitalized public spaces, and implemented innovative social programs aimed at improving the quality of life for the city's residents. However, he also clashed with the FMLN leadership, accusing them of being out of touch with the needs of the people. His outspoken nature often put him at odds with party officials. In 2017, Bukele was expelled from the FMLN, a move that many thought would end his political career. Undeterred, he decided to run for president as an independent candidate, believing that he could still make a difference without the backing of a major party. His expulsion from the FMLN only seemed to enhance his appeal. Many saw him as a true outsider, untainted by the corruption that plagued the traditional parties. He positioned himself as an outsider, a man of the people who was not beholden to any party or ideology. This resonated with a populace hungry for change. In the 2019 presidential election, Bukele faced off against candidates from the two main political parties that had dominated Salvadoran politics for decades, the right-wing Nationalist Republican Alliance and the FMLN. His campaign was a breath of fresh air for many. Bukele's campaign slogan was simple but effective: "There's enough money when nobody steals." This message struck a chord with voters who were fed up with corruption. Bukele ran a modern, tech-savvy campaign that relied heavily on social media. He recognized the shifting landscape of communication and the growing influence of digital platforms in shaping public opinion. He understood the power of platforms like Twitter and Facebook to connect directly with voters, especially young people who were disillusioned with traditional politics. By leveraging these tools, he was able to reach a demographic that felt ignored by the conventional political system. Bukele's social media presence was carefully cultivated. Every post, tweet, and update was designed to resonate with his audience, creating a sense of authenticity and immediacy. He used humor, sarcasm, and a healthy dose of self-deprecation to create a relatable persona. This approach made him appear more approachable and down-to-earth, qualities that endeared him to many. He posted frequently about his life, his family, and his work. By sharing personal moments and behind-the-scenes glimpses, he built a connection with his followers that went beyond politics. He responded to comments and questions from his followers. This direct interaction fostered a sense of community and made his supporters feel heard and valued. This direct engagement with the public, bypassing traditional media outlets, was a key factor in Bukele's success. By controlling his own narrative, he was able to sidestep potential media biases and present his message unfiltered. He was able to control his own narrative and build a loyal following that transcended traditional political divides. His ability to communicate directly with the public allowed him to maintain a strong and consistent presence. His followers saw him as a fresh face, a break from the past, a leader who understood their concerns. This perception was crucial in garnering widespread support, particularly among the youth. Bukele's mastery of social media allowed him to circumvent the traditional gatekeepers of information and connect directly with the Salvadoran people. This direct line of communication was instrumental in his rise to power. He used these platforms to announce policies, respond to critics, and even engage in diplomatic spats with foreign leaders. His proactive and sometimes provocative use of social media kept him constantly in the public eye. This unconventional approach to governance has earned Bukele both praise and criticism. While some admire his transparency and directness, others question the long-term effectiveness of his methods. His supporters applaud his transparency and willingness to engage with the public. They see him as a leader who is not afraid to break the mold and challenge the status quo. His detractors accuse him of being a populist who is more interested in generating headlines than in governing responsibly. They argue that his focus on social media stunts overshadows substantive policymaking. In recent years, Nayib Bukele's approach to governance has taken a notably tougher stance. His administration has been marked by a heavy-handed approach to crime, leading to the construction of massive prisons. Now, these mega-prisons are a significant part of his strategy to combat gang violence and maintain order. Critics argue that this method is overly authoritarian, while supporters claim it's a necessary measure to ensure public safety. The debate continues, but one thing is clear: Bukele's iron fist approach has left a lasting impact on the nation. In a bold move, Nayib Bukele decided to embrace Bitcoin as a legal tender in El Salvador. This unprecedented step aimed to revolutionize the country's financial landscape, bringing both hope and skepticism. Bukele's vision was to create a more inclusive economy, leveraging cryptocurrency to provide financial services to the unbanked population. However, this gamble on the future of finance came with significant risks and uncertainties. Bukele's economic vision for El Salvador extends beyond cryptocurrency. He has been focused on modernizing infrastructure, attracting foreign investment, and fostering innovation. His administration has launched various initiatives to stimulate growth, including the construction of a new airport and the development of a tech hub. Bukele's goal is to transform El Salvador into a regional leader in technology and innovation, but the path is fraught with challenges. Despite his ambitious plans, Bukele has faced significant controversy and criticism. Opponents argue that his methods are authoritarian, pointing to his consolidation of power and clashes with other branches of government. Critics also question the sustainability of his economic policies and the potential social impact of his decisions. Bukele's administration has been marked by both fervent support and vocal opposition, reflecting a deeply polarized society. As Nayib Bukele continues to shape El Salvador's future, his impact is undeniable. His bold initiatives have put the country on the global stage, sparking debates about the role of cryptocurrency and the nature of modern governance. The road ahead is uncertain, but Bukele's vision and determination will undoubtedly continue to influence the nation's trajectory. Whether his gamble will pay off remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: Nayib Bukele has already left a lasting mark on El Salvador.